this last video, this module, which is setup module, we are going to install what called Faceless. This is actually important. You can run it everywhere. Like I said, make sure you change your URL. If your URL is, this is for the people that are using the local PC, and this is for the people that are using the, you are using your VPS, which I actually, I'm agreed to, like the one I'm using, change it to localhost, okay? So if I want to use it for my VPS, I'm going to change this on to localhost, okay? So just change this on to localhost, or your VPS address localhost, or your VPS address. So copy it right here, and go to your VPS and plug it into it. So, and if you are running it on your PC, this is just copy this one, okay? Don't think, if you are even running it on localhost, you don't have to add this one, okay? Don't think you have to add this one. Let me check for the base rule. So I don't think you need to add this one. If you're running to your VPS, okay? Don't need to add this one, just this one. I think I'm going to replace it now. Just this one is okay. This one is okay. So, I'm going to paste it right here. Should be running on the, on this one. This one we should be running as, by some upgrade, which you wouldn't like to be used on the latest, okay? You wouldn't like to be, you have to be on latest. This is the one I'm running before. So, I don't know the reason why they put it right here. So, P should be 8580, but I'm running my own on 3000. So, let's change it now. This is 8580. The P should be on 8580. So, this one should be 85, okay? This one should be 85. So, after this one has run successfully and it has run finished, it's going to look like this. So, let me run the one I'm running before, and you have to register and login, everything like that. This one might not be running again because I think I've exhausted my plan on this server. That is why I got on this server. So, just for this tutorial, so keep it running. So, we want to access your base rule. As you can see, we already access our Kokuru. I can stop it now. I can run the VPS one. And I have our base rule here. Just click on start. So, we have our menu running. You have our base rule. You have our anything. You have the Kokuru CSS. So, you should also run everything. That means you have to keep like the file running. Okay? Keep this running, keep this running. So, if you're on VPS, you don't need this to be running. It's already running. You don't, so this one will be running, this one will be running, and this one will be running, and anything will be running. Okay, but if you are on local desktop, you have to set it up yourself, or else you are going to be having an issue. So let's go to the localhost. So localhost is now working for us. I think it's still loading. It's still loading something here. I'm still going to clear this one for now. So we have to wait for it to load finish before it can run. Or maybe you can just go here. This base blue, as you can see, just copy this localhost after it has been done. Go here, paste it here, and run it here. So it's going to load it directly. It's going to load it directly. I'll use this one. It is, I think it's running. Let me check when it's running. So it's running on 86, running on 86, running on 86. So this one should be 86, not 85. Okay? 86. Yeah. It's running at 86. So let us wait for it to finish running so I can show you guys. So if you are having an issue, you can just tell ChatGPT to delete this thing, to show you how to delete this. This is what I normally go for before. So I'm going to go to there. So as you can see, we already seen this here. So just go to your Docker image ls. So you are going to see your base rule right now. So you can just ask ChatGPT that you want to remove this. Okay, just click on Ctrl S and I want to remove the base row. Okay, so you can install the latest if you want. If you want the latest, when the local host refuse to run right now, you can, okay, I think it's having this crash error. Okay, it's having this crash error, as you can see. It's having this crash error. I think it's going to actually fail to comment to Postgres database, blah, 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 device kind of thing. So I know it's going to still connect, but you still have to wait for some times or for some minutes for this thing to connect. Wait for like 5-10 minutes before it gets connected. So let's go to localhost to see how we are doing. We have these just checking something. Raspberry game, localhosts. Let's go for 86. Yeah. So this, as you can see, this is how it's going to look like. So the site now found, if you got here, that means congratulations, which means the Docker is still loading. Okay, Docker is still loading, and after it load finish, it will ask you your username and password, which you are going to use. Okay, so let's go back home. It's going to ask for username and password, which you are going to use. So let's see the one I use to run this installation. So I use 85. So that is it for now. That is it on how you can install the base row and make sure you sign up. Hey, after you sign up and everything will be going well. So thanks for now. If you are watching these, go again and I see what I even run before, yeah. So as you can see, so this means like this thing is having an issue. So waiting for Blazor to become available might take 30 seconds. So I think it's having available, you can restart this thing and it's going to go well. So in the next videos, then we are going to start with the workflow proper. I'm going to give you the workflow and how you can get videos, upload some videos as your background because you're working on the reels and short motivational quotes there or whatever things you decided to choose. Thanks for watching and do have a nice day. Previous video, I've shown you how to install the manual, how to install the NCA2 kits. By now, you should have it running. If you don't have it running, wow, block, you can check the video again. So I'm going to explain to you again. Before you need your NCA2 kits running, your menu must be running, because that is where you are going to get the access key and the pocket name. Okay, so and for NCA2 kits, there is no GUI, which means there is no interface because it's an API endpoint. Okay, now we are going to install what we call the base row. What we call it the base row. So now, Kokoro TSS, guys, Kokoro TSS. So if you want to install the GPU version, you have to have the GPU running, just like mine, before you can install, and it costs you 20 gig to install. As you can see, this is the fast GPU. Make sure you install this one 2.2, or you're going to have an issue if you don't install 2.2, 0.22, because it's going to run it slow. But if you version, you are going to run this, and for run the one on your VPS, once you run it on your Docker desktop, and it's still the same way to run it. There is nothing wrong here, but maybe make sure you keep your IP address safe. So here's what you are going to run it. Just go here and type it docker run pss kokoro as GPU. So it's going to pull the image, and how can you access it? So how can you access it? You can access the Kokoro with your IP address and this, okay? But the API might give you an issue because you have to run in sometimes. So that is how you can install the Kokoro, okay? And for you to access it, just click on it will already create a container for you. After, so let me just click on run and give you the fuller view of how the Kokoro is going to look like. See, it's running. After it's through finish, it's going to actually run. And after the standards run finish, it's going to show you some model that has been running. Okay, you can access whatever. Don't delete the image and but don't delete the container. You have to start again. So just want to leave this one for now. And let's go and see what Kokoro we are running on. So you can either use what we call the hosts API, this one, okay, /web, /web. So we will run this thing internally. Just copy this. Just copy this. It's going to show you the Kokoro. And if you are the one that's using VPS, just copy your IP address and place it here. And 18/web. You want to access the Docker. It's going to even show you here. You want to access it. So you can see. So this is it. This is the application. This is the web. And this is the, we also have the API running, blah, 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 like that. So let us load it again. This one again. If this one is running, just go here, the local post /web. If you're running on VPS, like I said, you're running this thing on your VPS. If this one is not going, as you can see, this is not going through, then you should use your local host, your IP address, as you can see. So if we copy some words here, let's copy some words here and paste it here. Just paste it here. Okay. And let's select any voice because this is what we are going to need. And I'm going to select, I think this thing is even up the head. Let's choose, I love to use, IDM and let us generate the speech. Let us generate the speech. This is how the Kokoro is meant to look like. So, as you can see, it's showing you when you can generate it and you can even play it here to hear how it sounds. And we have the autoplay. You can, so preparing, let's play. Let's play it. Okay. So you're not, I think you're supposed to play it, yeah. I'm using the, supposed to play it here. Only when you don't have this thing doesn't play, but let us download it first as the reason. So listen to it. Apart from counting words and characters, our online editor can help you to improve word choice and writing style, and optionally help you to detect grammar mistakes and plagiarism. To check word count, simply place your cursor into the text box above and start typing. You'll see the number of characters and words increase or decrease as you type, delete, and edit them. You can also copy and paste text from another program over into the online editor above. The autosave feature will make sure you won't lose any changes. So that's it for the Kokoro. And if you want to access the API endpoints, this is what you are going to to go to. As it is docs. I think you are going to go to docs, so you are going to see the API endpoint and how you can use it. Okay, so this is the Kokoro API endpoint. As you can see, most of you that are developers will already know how this thing works. Okay, list of models, list of name. You already know how this thing is working though. So I think we are done with that one. And like I said, if you are running it on your VPS, you just need your IP address, plus this, and it's going to show up. Okay, so that is it for now. And thank you for watching. And do have a nice day. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to run the base rule. Base rule. This is so important because this is going to be our storage. This is going to replace Google Sheet. This is going to replace Supabase. This is going to replace the Firebase. Okay? Because this is where we need an important information to store it. And you have to be able to change yourself. You don't have to pay anything for this. And this is the UI. Okay? So, thank you for watching. And do have a nice day. So, let us start installing what we require. So, if you have a desktop, want to be using your local PC, you have to start with the Docker desktop, which is the URL, install it and run it. So this is how it's going to look like when you get your Docker desktop. Okay, it's going to look like this, and make sure you register. And after you register, here is the only thing we need is the terminal. We need the terminal right here to work for us. And as for you that is going to use VPS, after you log in your VPS, you buy your VPS, log in, you are going to put your IP here. After you input your IP, you are going to put the name here and click on save. So this is one I see, which is my setup. I'm going to load it. I'm going to log in, the route that you used to purchase, and also the password. Says in there, access is in there. So as you can see, now we are here. So as for you guys, that need this, you have to install the Docker, because there's no way you can run the Docker without installing it on your VPS. So these are the way that you are to run it. So you are going to input this one sudo app, input this one as second one, input this one as third one. After include finish, input this one and input this one, and sudo docker version is going to show you the Docker version you are running. So let's go. I'm going to enlighten it in a bit. I click on it. The Docker version is going to show, as you can see, this is the Docker version. And add your user to Docker group and run without sudo. So I don't think you need any of this. Okay. Now let us work with the Docker compose. I don't think you need any of this. So I'm going to actually strike this one out. Strike this one out. Now we have the composer. So you need this one too. So you want to test this one, nano composer, this thing. After you paste it, you're going to composer up and run. So that means it has been running. Now you want to run anything on here. This is how you are going to run the anything on with your local PC. Okay, you are going to copy it right here and paste it right here. Go to your local PC. And go to dbash and paste it inside your dbash. Okay, I don't want to paste anything else here because it's already running. So after you have installed that to finish, go to your container, and you are going to see it in your container that is running. The anything is going to be running, and you can access it via this URL. Okay, can access it via this URL. And as for you guys, you have to input your IP here. If you are using the VPS, you have to input your IP here. The IP address is supposed to be here. Okay, replace this with your IP address. Okay, it's very, very important. If you are using VPS, replace this with your IP address, or you can even use the localhost. Okay, you see, if you are using the anything on VPS, have a custom name direct to the URL. Now we have the next one, which is called the Docker. We have this one, which is called the storage. Now, there's a thing we have to do right here. For us to install is Docker. Okay. For us to install this Docker, let me show you one thing. Here would be where the data will be stored. Okay. Here will be where the data will be stored, but I think I have another one that's been running for like a while. Right now, I have the direct one that you can actually run. So for those of you that are using this, you can copy this one direct and paste it inside this dbash. Inside this dbash, okay. Want to access this dbash? Want to access this dbash? Come, guys. So you are going to run it here, put it here, as you can see. After you paste it here, it's going to run for, this is on for the anything. So you want to run Minio on your Docker. Coming, guys, just want to check something out. Yeah. So this is how you are going. This is the one you are going to run for your VPS. So I'm going to use this VPS. So this is what you are going to run, and you are going to input your username here and your password here. So let us run this one inside our VPS. If you want to run for local compressor, then just make sure you don't copy the VPS. This is local computer. So this is for VPS. You want to run this one on your VPS, copy it right now. And this is the password that you need. I'm going to format it later because I have to remove it. So this is what you need. So you can see it is said unable to find image, but it's going to actually show everything like this. And this will be the local host for you to access this. And make sure you remember your password very, very well. And there'll be a lot to do after that. As you can see, now it is running. So for us to run this one, we are going to be running our IP address along with this. Let me check something. 5. Okay. And so copy your IP address, and then what is the one? That is .9000. The IP address .9000. If it doesn't load, that means it's actually running, but you have to wait for some time being before you can access it. Okay, this is 901 and this is 900. Okay, so just let us wait for some minutes for it to, as you can see right now, the decor error is formed from setting up network proxy not found. So we actually have an issue with the network proxy, which is not found. Okay, which is not found. Which is not found. So let's see where we get everything wrong. So we have to remove this network proxy from this. Okay, let's remove network proxy from this and let us run it again. Okay, let us run it again. Yeah, let's run it again. So let's say you already make mistake like mine. Go to Docker image ls. So now we have 3 Docker here. We have the latest listing right here. Okay, now what we are going to do right now is to run this, and let's run this one again. If you get an error, that means we are going to remove this Docker. Okay, so as you can see, you have to remove this to be able to use it. So we are going to ask ChatGPT how to remove the menu. This is what I use most of the times. Okay, so how to remove the menu in container and image. So I'm going to just input this. These as you can see, I think we are done. So let's use our to list whatever we want to list again. Docker. Let's go for Docker PS. Docker image. Now we have our only image which we have already removed. And let's go back to this one and see what you can run. So now I think it should be running after it has been done. So this is just for us to install the menu for some time. So as for you that are using the local PC, you are going to run it the same way like I gave you, and you are going to see it right here. So after you see, you are going to start it. So after you start it, you have to click on it to know when it started. Okay, as you can see, you're running with a version, release 1 month before the latest, blah, 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 like that. That is how they are going to talk about it. Now, don't forget, how you are running it before. So if I click on the web UI, these are the API, but this is the web UI. So web UI is different from the API. Okay. Web UI is different from the API. Don't forget the password you used to log in before. Okay. So use it to log in, and after you log in, you are going to create. So this is also for you if you have already get access to yours that is reading very well. I don't know what is happened to this that is not that well in this. So after logging, you have to log in because we need to create something. I forgot my password. Alright, forgot my password. Let's see. Oh, can you have it? Yeah. So remember, this is what we used before. Oh, and this is it. You have to create what we call the NC bucket now. Go to the buckets. You have to create the new buckets. You are going to name it NCA toolkits. Okay, toolkits. Just like the 1 year. Okay, just like the 1 year. So after you create this thing finish, this is where your file is going to store. So click on edit policy. Okay, click on edit policy and put it in public. So now the next one is getting the access key. Go to the access key, create an access key, okay? And then you are going to need to save your access key somewhere. Okay? Save this your access key somewhere and make sure you put it and doesn't expire, okay? Just here and click on create. This and click on create. So that is it for this. The next video, I'm going to show you how to install the anything. So if you are still having issue with your browser like mine, just make sure you go to ChatGPT to give you how to install the menu right. So we can go back and purge this again, okay? Let's purge this again. So how to run menu on my VPS Docker Ubuntu. So this is what type sometimes. So let's go. We have already done this. Don't have to entire run based on it. Okay. Now this is what we need to run. So let us try and run it and see if there's any changes. If there's any changes, then you are going to see this. Right. So I think we are running the latest, but we are running the query format. Okay. Now let's see. And let's run it again and see what we got. So I think this actually went through. So this actually went through, and I think I'm going to replace it now. So let's replace it. Let's remove this and replace this. So I think we are now done. So you can log in on your site if you want. I'm still going to remove this to rerun my. So that is it for now. Thanks for watching and do have a nice day. We are going to show you how to install. Let me check my documents. Oh, my sheets. Oh, where is this? Let me grab my documents. So, I fixed some tutorials because if you decided to run it as it is before, you are going to have an issue. But I fixed the tutorial like installing the mini-go run 247, which I've already modified on the Docker and everything like that. Now we have our menu that is running. So let me show you something before we proceed to installing the NCA toolkit, because that is what we are going to install next. So it's 5 dots. 5 dots. Yeah, let's go. So this is the GUI. That means the interface. So we have what we call the API is going to be 900. You are going to understand when you come to that, like how this thing works. So first thing you have to do is to create a bucket. As you can see, this is how it is, and I've updated everything right here in my folder. And we are going to click on create bucket. After you get to create bucket, you want to spark for NCA. NCA toolkit. Okay, toolkit. So you are going to create buckets. After you have finished creating the bucket, you have to, as you can see, the access is RWA. We have to take the access to a public. If you are using the latest of this thing, it's going to give you an issue. So that is why I decided to update it here. Okay. So if you are the person that is running this one before you look at, you don't have an issue. If you are running this on your desktop, I've updated it and you won't have any issue to start with. Okay. Now we need to get the access key. Now go to the access. Go to the access. I'm later going to choose mine when the time comes. So go to create an access key. As you can see, this is the secret key. Okay. You have to save both. Okay. Word counter. You have to save both. So number one is the access key. Number two is the secret key. You need both, or else you are going to have an issue. So let's paste our access key here. We know this one is the access key, and we know the second one is the secret key. So this is a secret key. I'm still going to remove everything. So don't copy mine, or else you are going to have an issue. So after done with that one, we are going to skip this. I can run this Kokoro. So you have to take notes before running these Kokoro. We are not here to run this Kokoro now because it have their own part too. We are running this step 3, which is NCA toolkit. So what you are going to do right now is copy this. Okay. Whether you are using if you are using this is local and this is for VPS. Okay. Let's go for the VPS part. This is for the VPS. You can change this one to local hosts. Okay. Change this one to local hosts. So I think I have some in my that I've used before. Yeah. Access configuration, local host, access key. I just want to check on something. Without volume, I don't think we need this one. This is for, and just remove this one. Yeah, let's remove this one. So this is the one we are going to work on now. So these are the things you have to take notes when you are running this. So I'm going to paste it here. This is how you are going to run it. Now we have the Docker run. So your API key is going to be the key. So the API key for NCA, wherever you want to use NCA is the key. Okay, this is the API key. You are going to need it when you are running this thing. Okay, the API key should be the key, or you can set it to anything you want. So maybe you can set it to my key or their key, but just make sure it is the key. Okay, if you are running it on a local host, which means your local desktop computer, you have to leave this one to this. Okay, this is your API key. This is your API endpoint URL. So your access key, you are going to replace your access key with this one. Okay, and you are going to replace your secret key with the one we copy. You will need that one. Okay, and the next thing is the bucket name. The bucket name we created right here, which is called I've done this one. Access name already. Your bucket name, go to your this is NCA toolkit. That is your bucket name. Now you have to replace it here. NCA toolkit. Your S3 region should be known and leave the rest. So let us run this in our if you are running it on your local PC, you can leave this URL. But if you are running it on a VPS, you have to use localhost. But I love running it on my VPS, so I can use it wherever I am 247. That's the reason why I'm using it on your VPS. So if you want to run it on your Docker desktop, it's still the same. But make sure you leave the URL to the host. Leave the URL to the host, or you might have an issue. Don't come back here and say but we have a forum that's already created for you guys to get access to all the info. Maybe I'm going to get create a group for us to manage. Okay, so you are going to go to the terminal. This thing will finish. For you that want to run, we have. So yesterday we have run menu, we run anything, which is pretty easy. Now we have to go to close the terminal first. Go ahead and select the GPash. That is one you are going to use. So paste it right here. Paste the thing right here to install your NCA toolkit. Okay. After you install it, you are going to see, if I haven't deleted it, you are going to see it somewhere around there. I think it's somewhere around there. 2. As for you guys that is using the VPS, so go to your VPS, fire it up. Okay. Roots. You put your password. And let us install our NCA toolkit. Now, go and copy whatever, and make sure everything is correct. You see, we are running on VPS. So let me go here, and I think I'm going to do this one first also. So, localhost, let me check it again and make sure there is no mistake. Localhost is correct. Now let us copy it. You can run it here. So you can run it here. Make sure if you are running it on localhost, like I said, on your you have to change this one to the previous URL, which is right here, which is don't change this one to local to this host Docker host. Okay, so you can do whatever you want now if you want it. So we are going to run it now. I'm just going to show you guys how to run it. And then the thing about this thing is you won't be able to see this URL. But make sure you set it up very well so you won't have any issue. Maybe in the data day when we are starting this thing, you might have an issue with it if you don't set it up right. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to download everything, pull up everything, and make sure everything is great. The reason why we are doing this one is whatever storage this is going to use, which is the NCA toolkit, which composed of multiple things we want to use. Okay, like magic video, creating videos, photos, pictures, everything like that. This is the storage that is going to use, and everything is going to store around here. Okay, it's going to be stored in this place. Okay, so that is it. So the next one we are going to install, let's go to the next one we are going to install is the Kokuru TSS. We are going to install the Kokuru TSS. So we are going to install the CPU version. Okay, and if you are using desktop and your this your thing can run for like on GPU. Like mine, I have a GPU I'm running on, and if you go here, you are going to see the Kokoro here, the Kokoro TSS. If you go to the image right now, Kokoro TS fast GPU costs like 20 gig. Okay, it costs 20 gig. The GPU costs 20 gig. I think the CPU costs like 3 gig or 4 gig or 5 gig like that. So this one have an advanced theme than the essence one. So now we have installed. Let's say we have installed. Number 1 is the menu. We have installed the menu, and number 2 we are installing the NCA toolkit, which is highly required. Okay, it's highly required. It's highly needed for us to be able to make this thing very, very operative. That is the reason why we are installing it. And after you have installed it successfully, we'll call something the API endpoint. This is what we are going to use for the API endpoints. Okay, make sure you save everything. For you guys that are using PC, we have created everything for you. Okay, this is the HTTP for the if you set up correctly, you should be able to access your anything via this. And if you are using VPS, just need to replace this with your VPS address. Okay, and for menu, you can use this one for your menu if I run it on localhost, and you can. For NCA toolkit, you only need an endpoint. Okay, we only need an endpoint, and it's not going to show. It's not going to show anything. Just make sure you set it up very well. As you see, NCA does not have a web UI. This is just an API. There is GitHub to find out about the endpoints and what can be done. Okay, so they have their own URL for that one too. So after the installation is complete, I think we are all good with that. So thank you for watching, and let us, in that video, we are going to work on how to install the Kokoro. This thing is even easy. You can even run this yourself. Like I said, if your system have a GPU, like mine, let me go through the advanced many means to show you what the GPU means. So I'm running on NVIDIA, or Nvidia, or whatever you are calling. As you can see, this is my GPU, okay? 15.9 gig shared memory. I have 2 GPU. I have the Intel and also have NVIDIA, which makes it almost like, so this is dedicated GPU memory, and this is the shared memory. Almost like 32 gig for me to actually access, 32 gig, what all this. So just 2 of it and it's running. So that is why I can use Kokoro on my PC, on my desktop. That is why I install the GPU version. We have the CPU version, we have the GPU version. Okay, so after the installation, everything has already handled. So I think we are actually done with this one now. So thank you for watching, and let us meet in the next episode.